Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. We have returned, and you have come to hear us again. Another episode of The Devil's Due. I am your host, Carl Duty. With me, as always, is the man who is going to be available as a special edition Funko Pop as soon as we get the production line going and orders ready to go out, Mr. Drew Celestino.
I will be, at least if I am a Funko Pop, I will be at least finally, for once in my life, to scale with everyone else.
What, 1-to-1 ratio?
1-to-1 ratio with everyone. We're all on the same page here.
Well, no, not for nothing.
Waited my whole life for this.
Some Funko Pops come with like smaller accessory pops, so like maybe it can be a single package Devil's Due. Like I would be a pop, and you'd be a little bitty pop. Like
Can we just be the same size pop?
Okay, we could be the same size pop.
In fact, let's be the same size, and then I get a little itty bitty someone. That way, I can lord over someone for a change.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are so happy to be back. First show of 2017.
New Year.
Happy New Year. 2016 is over. Thank God.
Because no one's going to die this year. No one.
Dude, a couple people have already died. Seriously. Okay, folks, we have a freaking fantastic show for you tonight.
Probably. Maybe.
Definitely. As you know, we've been doing the Listener Question World Series between Mr. J. Gelsomino and Mr. Alan Waiters. And folks, tonight, Game 7 must win. Live in studio with us right now are Mr. J. Gelsomino and Mr. Alan Waiters. Gentlemen, welcome to the Devil's Due.
Game on, Alan. Game on.
Ready.
See, in this case, it's welcome back, Alan, and
Yes.
then welcome for the first
Yes.
time in the flesh, Mr. J. Gelsomino.
Yes.
Oh, it's so fleshy.
Not as fleshy as our last podcast, but,
I've been told that I cannot talk the way I used to.
We do strive for family friendly.
He's the one who I always hear swear on your show, sir.
Hey, wait a minute.
Do you want to do a comparison between the previous show and this
No.
show? Yeah, no.
To quote a great man, no.
That's a bad idea.
So normally we start out the show with how our weeks.
Oh, my God,
were.
Alan has the same socks I do.
Yes, we do.
All right. Well, at least we're on the same page.
Into the microphone, Alan. Into the microphone.
Yes, we do.
There you go.
And I've noticed I've yet again neglected to take my sneakers off.
That's, dude.
Alan, can we touch
Have
gold
you seen
toes?
this house?
I'm
should.
so
Alan and I are
absent-minded.
touching gold toes right now.
Oh, jeez, there.
This is what you're getting this week, folks.
I'm so absent-minded.
This is
when it
what you're
comes
getting this week.
Yep. Okay, so
I'm hopped up on Kickstarter. I'm ready to go.
this is our first show since holidays. Everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so normally, like I said, we start the show with how our weeks were. Sorry. I was good.
Grammar matters.
I'm good at the English.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
I had a good week.
Yeah.
But we
Okay,
can bypass that.
Let's assume we all had a sweet Christmas.
Yes.
Yes, I will
I see
say
what you
so.
did there.
My Christmas came late, but yeah.
Okay.
Phrase.
New Year's, I'm assuming, was great. Everyone had fun on New Year's. Good. Excellent. Grand. Let's talk about what happened this week because I want to give this its due time.
Okay.
Listeners, you may have remembered a couple games back in the World Series of Questions. Drew and I agreed it was a misfire. To you, a kind misfire, but a misfire nonetheless. Jay extended me an invitation to watch Wrestle Kingdom with the.
I believe I
gentleman
lost on
there.
that question.
You did, you did, because as
How do you feel about that now?
as appreciated as the invitation was, you could just tack the invitation on to the end of the questions. That being said, this past week Wednesday, we all gathered here. And we watched Wrestle Kingdom 11. Now, as you know, dear listeners, most of it.
I slogged through the entire thing in the morning.
And we appreciate that. Now, as you know, dear listeners, I am not an avid wrestling viewer. I watched it when I was a kid and just kind of moved away from it in my later years in life. Drew, Jay, and Alan are very passionate wrestling fans, and I've never done anything to discourage wrestling talk on this show.
Alan and I got NXT tickets today.
Yes,
There
we
you
did.
go.
NXT Albany.
Which is good because now I want to talk about And I'm not trying to be a prisoner of the moment. I'm not trying to overblow this by any stretch. I'm just
That was on our last show.
giving. Yeah.
Are we not doing phrasing anymore? Inappropriate.
I just want to give this.
Are you giving the
it's
devil his due?
I'm giving devil its due. I witnessed in the main event of Wrestle Kingdom what I can safely say is the single greatest athletic performance that I have ever witnessed in my life. And I'm not just talking about wrestling. I'm talking about football, basketball, hockey, what have you. It was simply 46 minutes
And 45
of
seconds.
two athletes engaging in performance art, and it was single-handedly the greatest athletic performance I've ever seen in my life. So
And-
I figured we can use this time to discuss what we witnessed.
And I love the fact that you use the word performance art, because that's exactly what I think wrestling is.
yeah,
It's-
we've discussed this on the show before. I don't think of wrestling as fake. It's not fake. It is a performance art. I don't think
I have hit my head on guardrails before. No, that ain't fake.
Yeah, I don't think it should receive coverage on ESPN or things like that because the outcomes are predetermined.
And sports aren't.
Have you watched the NFL this year, sir?
What was that ref's name in the NBA?
Oh,
Tim Donaghy or
Yeah,
whatever?
but he's not in the
Jack
NBA
Donaghy.
anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
But he was.
So yeah, let's. I don't know if you guys want to talk about some of the other matches, but the
no. Well, no.
Well, you know, Tanahashi and
Naito
put on a great match.
was that Ponytail?
That was Ponytail versus I Guy.
Okay, Ponytail.
Trey
We're
Kilo.
we bring it down for Carl because we can't just say the Japanese guy.
Yeah, 'cause
so
Half more than half the roster is
Kenny
Japanese.
Omega is the only non-Japanese guy.
The Bucks.
you got some the Bucks of youth.
The only non-Japanese guy that
You care about.
more or less, and that's mainly because he's big into the fighting game community.
See, Wrestle Kingdom brought our worlds together, Carl.
Did
You'd think even the New Day would even bring him in more, because Xavier Woods is a huge
he's big in
Austin Creed or
They
Whatever his
actually,
name is now.
Xavier Woods and Kenny Omega had an exhibition set at a tournament this past year. I'll find
Street Fighter, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will find the link and get you that. But yeah,
I just like curly-headed people.
as you are one yourself. So, thoughts on what we witnessed?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was epic. I'm still sad that spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers.
Kenny didn't win.
Yeah, I was pissed about that too. I was legitimately upset Kenny didn't win.
Wrestling. Welcome, sir.
No, it's not that. I mean, can't necessarily say welcome because it's not like I've never watched wrestling, but with discussions that we've had, and you said like Kenny getting the push that he's getting, I was kind of hoping he was going to win. But from what you've told me, like at that event for a foreigner to
It
get
would
the
be
belt,
insanely rare.
He won the G1 last year, which is, if nobody knows, you guys probably talked about.
We haven't
it's a
actually.
Giant tournament.
It's an
that
insane tournament.
It's a 18-day tournament where everybody's fighting each other. There's block A, block B, 2 points for a win, 1 point for a tie, 0 for a loss. Nobody in the 26 years that they've done it has a gaijin
That's a non-Japanese person.
has won it. The closest was Carl Anderson a couple years. You may know him from WWE fame now, in fame because he's not
doing
really
much.
getting pushed. But he came the closest a couple years ago. I believe he lost to Okada in the finals. Even then, that was a big deal. Now you've got, they've had, Scott Norton used to be a big guy, if anybody remembers old WCW.
Yeah.
AJ Styles just had the title a couple times, but Kenny winning the G1 was huge because no foreign guy ever did it. So it's like, oh my God, here comes the Rocket strapped to Kenny Omega. We're going to start touring the U.S. next year as our own entity, not like pinned on with Ring of Honor or some other company. Well, let's give it to the most recognizable guy in America right now, and nope.
But
Okada wins, LOL.
But now with those dates coming up, those U.S. dates,
Boy, did he get a rub though.
and putting on the match of a lifetime and coming out looking like a bona fide superstar. now the chase can begin again.
I'm not going to turn this into a wrestling podcast. We
Yeah.
might
That's
do that.
fair enough.
That's maybe something
that's
else.
my silver lining.
But,
if they gave it to him, is the story over? And then no one here, like, really, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
now the profile is raised. Now people
Yeah.
can really dive in and invest.
I think as coming from, to use the parlance, a gaijin, witnessing this for the first time, the distinct differences I saw were in presentation.
Yep.
It's presented as a sporting event, not a what the WWE.
Right around their little logo.
King of Sport.
New Japan Pro Wrestling underneath.
Yeah.
Sport.
So-
There's cameraman, and there's
Yeah.
interviews after, and there's reporters asking questions.
Now-
Photographers. Remember those?
I love the photographers.
Me too.
Now,
Ice packs.
Ice packs after the match. Like, oh my God, this hurt
well,
me.
yeah, because these guys are hitting each other. They're legit hitting each other. There's like, I know that, again, I know it's not fake. I know that you're trained to fall and roll and punch and kick in specific ways.
Did you watch the Shibata
The
match?
Shibata Goto match.
Oh, the guy who looked like Ryu Hayabusa from Nintendo Pro Wrestling.
That guy.
Just sitting there like doing his own version of the hulking up, where he's just sitting there letting the other guy kick him in the chest.
And the match you saw with Shibata was actually one of his tamer ones.
Yeah.
I can last year against my one of my favorite guys, Tomohiro Ishii,
Stone Pitbull.
Stone Pitbull. If you ever saw two grown men run at each other and headbutt each other like they were two fighting rhinoceros,
Oh, jeez.
that's what happened.
Yeah, it was. The cringe was real.
Yeah.
I was that's one of the few times I've actually been uncomfortable watching wrestling. Was those two just going
Head to head.
head to head?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was.
Anyway.
It was just like just when you thought they were done.
To put it into context, I get gassed watching wrestling. Okada and Kenny went in there and went basically to the limit for 46 minutes.
Yeah.
And in New Japan tradition, the finishing sequences are usually like they build it to a crescendo, and that crescendo can be like insanely tense and incredible, and the pace quickens and it gets really crazy. And right when we thought we had that, they built it higher
Yeah.
until it ended.
Yeah, it was
Unbelievable.
It was funny because I'm not sure if any of you guys caught this. I mean, again, because I've been working crazy overtime, and
You in the overtime. See, I listen. I listen to the show.
It's like there were some points because at that point that was like 10 o'clock when we started the match. Early on in the match, there were a couple points where I just kind of was nodding a little bit. Then when I would pop up, they'd both be on the ground. I missed something big. I'm like, damn it!
In your defense, don't worry about it because I've actually been under the weather because, God forbid, I actually take a day or I've been off pretty much all week. Whenever I do that, I get sick. I watched all of Wrestle Kingdom. I actually did doze during a little portion of the first time I watched Kenny and Okada because just out of sheer exhaustion,
Yeah.
I feel your pain.
We watched 4 matches.
Roughly, right?
The tag match. We watched 5. We watched
Okay.
the tag match a little bit. Kushida.
We saw the whole tag match.
Yeah, the Bucks lost.
Because
No. We watched we watched the junior tag to start off with.
Correct.
Then we skipped the actual tag.
because we were surprised how quickly the
Yeah,
match went.
the ending was a little
Yeah.
anticlimactic.
We watched Kushida versus Takahashi.
Time Splitters.
Time Splitter.
Another surprise finish in that match.
That was as the card built. Any one of these could have main evented WrestleMania.
I love. I have to point out, I loved in the Kushida match. Carl just goes, "Is he cosplaying Marty McFly?"
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
A couple years ago, I'll find you the video. He came out in a DeLorean.
All right,
That's kind of his gimmick. He's the time splitter.
And what I refer to his opponent as blanket hair disco boots.
That's correct.
Yes.
that was his point.
Takahashi.
Alan, it's okay to talk.
He didn't watch it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we like
Okay.
majorly spoiling
That's
all
all
this for you? All right. So that was awesome. Yay for that. I know we haven't done our traditional. Lucas, what are you doing?
Lucas doesn't want to talk about wrestling. He wants to leave.
Okay, so as we've discussed that, and that was a great event. Obviously, like I said, we got a lot going on for you this week, folks, so we're going to shuffle some things around. But If you want to contact us, let us know how your holidays were. Let us know, any questions you have for us. You ask enough questions, look what happens. You might end up on the show.
It's that simple.
You can
I need to get in podcasting so bad again. I just kept sending them freaking questions.
You can find us at the following multimedia or social media resources. You can find us on Twitter at Devils Do Pod. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/DevilsDoPod. You can email us at thedevilsdopod@gmail.com, or you can find all these great resources at thedevilsdopodcast.com. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, Game 7. We have a fantastic prize for our winner and Jack Diddley squat for the loser.
And I can't tell you my New Year's story because we skipped that. That's okay. Let's move on.
I want to hear about Drew's New Year.
No, we're past that now. Let's just.
We'll hit it next week.
Great.
Great. Okay,
Well, depending on how this goes, I might not want to listen next week.
this
Jay'll never know.
this being Game 7, you both being here live, we shall determine who goes first by Rochambeau.
Wait, South Park Rochambeau?
I was about to say, yes, South Park.
Not South Park Rochambeau.
I'll kick you square in it. Oh yeah, family friendly.
Family friendly.
Paper, rock, scissors. I will count it down. You go on shoot. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, shoot.
1, 2, then we roll in the bathtub?
No. On the shoot.
Oh, I thought we were going on Lethal Weapon 2 rules.
No diplomatic immunity here.
It's just been revoked.
Okay, gentlemen, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Alan's got bigger hands than I do. He's going to win.
1,
think that's how it
2,
works.
3, shoot.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Jay
Jay
goes
wins.
first.
I'm deferring.
You're deferring?
Oh, Jay's good.
Wow.
Okay, gentlemen, you know the format. One question for both of us, one question for each of us. In the event a tiebreaker is
Taking
needed,
the wind.
there's a bonus question. I told you both to prepare for the both of us.
Oh,
Yes.
Alan,
okay.
Yes, sir.
go ahead.
Okay.
Your question for both of us.
My question for both of you guys. Other than Stan Lee, who would you consider as the greatest comic book writer?
Of all time?
Yes. And I have a list if you want.
Oh,
What, like we don't know writers?
Well, I was just, throwing out there.
Throw some
Okay,
names
no,
out.
give us your list.
Okay. So, over here, Frank Miller, Michael Bendis, Grant Morrison, Marv Wolfman, or Todd McFarlane. Oh, wait, I forgot one, sorry. And Chris Claremont.
You forgot Rick Remender.
one of these is not like the other, for one thing, Alan.
I was expecting this list to be like Rick Remender. Remender,
Well-
Rick.
Okay.
If I have to choose from the list,
It's tough because are you going by your favorite or what
yeah.
you think is the greatest?
from that list, I would say I would have to pick Grant Morrison out of that list. There's one glaring omission from that list, though, and even though I don't necessarily love all of his output, and I don't necessarily love the man, I cannot deny his influence on the medium, and I cannot deny how great his great work really is great. And in the name of fairness and in the name of legacy, I can't ignore the Beard of Doom, Mr. Alan Moore.
Never has such talent been granted to such an immense douchebag.
Have you ever read a Dave Mustaine interview?
And I can't argue with that call. Like, if I'm going by, because we've had this discussion before, I differentiate between personal preference
Sure.
and what I think, if I'm going to put something on a Mount Rushmore or something. I can't, like, when you sit down and read Alan Moore's work, the words just glide off the page. He's a master wordsmith in every sense possible.
And he can spin a yarn. So.
Yeah, I guess as much as I hate to do it, like I want to say Frank Miller, but I can't. I got to say Alan Moore because Frank Miller, there's the rise, and then there's the plateau, and then there's the sharp descent in quality.
We're still descending.
Yeah. Hey, you got
Did it start with
2016?
All-Star Batman and Robin?
He did. He
Yeah.
did. We thought we were going to lose him. But
You
back when me and
No,
you were
his,
doing our
we
show,
were-
we thought he was done
We're
for.
doing in memoriams every week.
His his descent started with Dark Knight Strikes Again.
Did it happen before that?
No,
No, I don't think so.
because I think before that he did 300, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
All right.
because after Dark Knight Strikes Again was All-Star Batman and Robin, and then Holy Terror, which was originally written as a Batman story, but DC didn't want it.
Yeah.
Let me say that again. Frank Miller, who wrote The Dark Knight Returns, arguably the greatest comic story of all time,
Arguably.
and Batman Year One, wrote a Batman story that DC did not want.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how far we've fallen.
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah, okay. Yeah, Alan Moore. I can't, as much as I hate to admit it, it's Alan Moore.
There you
Okay.
go. Next.
All right.
You can pick whoever you're going to ask. And
Yep. It's dealer's choice here, Alan.
All right, so Carl.
Fine.
All right.
See, he's placating to you.
It's all right,
I know where
Jay.
my butter's spread.
That's right. That's right.
My butter's spread. Oh my god! Look,
This is why you can't do podcasts anymore.
it's been a while.
All right, Carl. This is gonna be a good one for you. You have to choose: kill, marry, or make love to one. Now,
Oh, Alan, so
Gimmick infringement here, sir.
now, your choices of from the Marvel Knights. You have your choice of Misty Knight, Claire, or Jessica Jones.
What's happening? We're just gonna go with people with Knight in their name. Moon Knight, Mary.
He could be anybody.
You can marry him. You can kill him, and you can.
all right. This is actually pretty easy.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna kill Jessica because it's a great show.
Little too much baggage for you?
Not bad, it's just I would not want to be in that relationship. God bless you, Luke.
That's what I mean.
I'm gonna have some
Holy Christmas!
coffee with Misty Knight, and
Ooh.
I'm marrying Claire. That's a no brainer. That's
I can't knock you on those choices.
Yeah,
That's solid. That's
Does
rock
Misty
solid.
have the prosthetic arm at that point, or no?
Ooh, good point.
Doesn't affect your decision at all if she does.
oh my.
It can crush your.
Hey now, family show.
I know where my blanks are.
Okay.
It's 500 foot-pounds. It
All
can
right.
crush your.
All right,
Robocast.
last one, Drew.
Speaking of. Yes. Bring it.
Who would you consider the greatest intellectual hero and villain?
Oh, same or one of one?
One of one.
One of one. Greatest intellectual hero, greatest intellectual villain. Mm-hmm. Ooh. This is difficult. Greatest intellectual hero I would give to Reed Richards. Even in his jerkiest, he is still the smartest man in the Marvel Universe. And that will never change. He'll find a way back from whatever universe they're in now. He'll find a way around a Fox lawsuit if he has to.
I hope he does.
If only he can learn to dye his hair.
No, he's got the Emmett Smith, just a touch of gray in there.
What's his name? Oh my God! What's the commercial they do for Just for Men, where it's Walt Frazier and
I don't know.
Franco Harris? Oh my God! Who's the baseball
I
player
know
with
what
the
you're talking
spitting?
about, but I don't.
Is it Keith Hernandez?
Keith Hernandez, where they're just in the bedroom watching people about to, make sweet coffee, and they're just staring there, and one of them's eating popcorn.
You guys got the parlance of the show down. Greatest intellectual villain. Well, this is tough. My heart says Dr. Doom because he's Dr. Doom. But in the spirit of things, the fact that he hatched a plan and got away with it, I'm going to have to say Ozymandias from Watchmen is the greatest intellectual villain. Orchestrated a whole elaborate scheme and turned hero on hero and walked away unscathed.
Yeah,
Fooled the world.
I thought you were going to go Doom, and I was going to have to counter your Doom with either Brainiac or Lex Luthor, but
I don't care about them.
Ozymandias, yeah, that's a good call.
I was kind of hoping for Man Thing, but
Well, Night's young.
All right, Alan, solid. Solid.
All right.
Right, and I turn it over to Jay.
Respectable outing.
All right, let me just
Jay stretching.
don't want to pull a hammy over there. Lion face, lemon face. All right, Drew.
Oh, wait,
Carl.
well, both of us.
Yeah, both.
No, I was.
No, you-
Oh,
Oh,
It's
okay.
Carl.
All right, gotcha.
I'm
Sorry.
acknowledging you both.
Got to
Sorry.
wait for the pause.
You can
I'm amped up here.
turn one.
The moment
Marvel-
got to me.
Okay. Are we prepared?
Yes. Let's go.
Usually you just blast through an email. Now I get to say this. You can turn one Marvel property into a TV series. What would be on each of the given channels?
Ooh.
You've got Disney Junior, so one of Disney Junior, one on CBS, one on HBO, and one on the Playboy channel.
Oh, jeez. You know what I'm doing on Disney Channel?
Go on.
Pet Avengers.
Let me check on that.
Someone's
Something on the web about what would be a sales.
right. Siri.
Siri's telling us
Yeah.
answers. Could have just stayed home and
that
done
was
that.
weird.
Actually, no, I'm not going to do Pet Avengers on Disney. You know what
Okay.
I'm doing on Disney? I'm
on.
reaching back.
Go back.
Power Pack.
Oh,
Okay.
Doing power. I think you could probably make a pretty.
Yeah, it's kid friendly. They're kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
could
we'll
make
go
a
with that.
pretty good show of Power Pack on Disney.
I'll
Channel.
concur. CBS, you said?
We-
All right.
with
What
Disney Junior, so
Power Pack and Disney Junior? CBS, Carl. Let's think. What is a bland and forgettable and poorly written Marvel comic that would be good for America? Because that's all they
NCIS Legion.
right. That's all they show on network television. So, by all means, what would work there? Right?
Okay, here you go. The Daily Bugle.
Okay.
Do just like an hour long. It's
That's actually a good idea.
yeah.
Good
the
call.
Daily Bugle.
Good call.
So you cast J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson,
Sold.
God, I wish we didn't bring him back.
and then you just
put them on at 8 o'clock right after Jeopardy.
There you
Old
go.
people are
Yeah.
still going to watch.
Yeah.
Ratings will be up.
You know what? You're onto something here. It's just a show about like getting scoops in
Yep.
the Marvel universe. This,
Yeah.
Old people love newspapers.
hang on, before I forget, copyright Devil's Due.
the Daily Bugle.
This
show.
is a good idea. This is a great idea.
Do
Actually,
you call it the Daily Bugle or do you just call the show Bugle?
we're look everything.
We're not going to get too artsy. here.
Let's not get too pretentious. Let's not go all Kojima on this here. It's the Daily Bugle.
Yeah, you get Betty Brant there. You get
Yeah.
You get pre-Hobgoblin Ned Leeds,
Dude, we can bring Ben Urich back from the dead.
Eddie Brock.
Spoilers, he's dead. yeah,
Eddie Brock.
This is a solid show.
Occasional guest appearance by Peter Parker.
This is Marvel. If you're listening, we will happily take a small cut, make this happen.
yeah.
Okay. Next, HBO.
HBO.
I was going to say Punisher, but that's already happening on Netflix.
Yeah.
So HBO. I got one. HBO.
But
Period piece. Nick Fury. War Gone By. HBO miniseries.
Nick Fury from the Nick Fury Max series.
Yeah, the War Gone By one
Oh, that
by
was so good.
by Ennis and Parlov.
We reviewed that. a
Frank
while back,
Castle
right?
shows up a couple times.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
No, I read it. It's good, solid.
You need a character that can take advantage of HBO.
Yeah, I'm thinking something on like, you know what, Silver Surfer.
That's your HBO.
You could say I'm reaching for the stars,
Yeah, even HBO has a budget you got to worry about.
That's what happened to Deadwood.
dude.
Yep. And Carnival.
Yes, HBO does have budget, dude. Game of Thrones,
The-
like the budget for one of those episodes is superior. It is higher than most films that come out.
It also sells HBO. Silver Surfer is kind of a roll of the dice. I don't think you're going to get that kind of money for the Surfer.
I think it would work, but that would be my call. Silver Surfer.
All right, fair enough. And then the Playboy Channel.
Misty Knight Bionic Arms.
We covered that one. Wow.
You know what I'm gonna say? Howard the Duck.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It could be like a talk show.
No, not a talk show. Just
Oh.
like a straight up Howard the Duck series. Like just because it's on the Playboy Channel doesn't mean it has to be about sex and everything. But
Well,
you
what
can
are we
have-
doing here?
What are we doing here?
You can have.
What, we're just going to feather dust her?
You can have those moments in there. I'm not saying, but
Can we bargain on this?
Of course.
This is our question. So I'll roll with you, but can Leah Thompson still be in it?
Yes.
Sold.
All right.
I'm in.
All right.
Was that all the channels?
That's all the channels.
Disney Junior, CBS, HBO, and Playboy.
We did it.
We got a knack for this.
It's like we're a team
Marvel.
or something. Marvel, hire us, please.
Just, let Jeff Loeb go make his comics with Tim Sale,
Sure.
and we'll do...
He can keep whatever he's doing over at the... What is he
Yeah.
doing? No, well, to be fair, he is helping out on Netflix, so we should
Okay.
give him
Sorry.
a modicum of
We
respect.
love you, Mr. Loeb. Thank you, Mr. Loeb.
Yep.
Okay, Coral.
It's like the third time I've heard that today.
Coral?
Like 20th time I've heard that this week. But go ahead.
21.
You're off
Coral?
You're off to a banging start. Go ahead.
Given the recent passing of Carrie Fisher, who would you like to see make a Darren type change for episode 9 to be the new General Leia Organa?
Wow.
Now, this is right up your wheelhouse, sir. Kurt Russell is Wyatt Earp. Kurt Russell is Herb Brooks. Kurt Russell is Snake Plissken. Kurt Russell is Jack Burton, or Kurt Russell is Captain Ron.
Kurt Russell's Jack Burton.
See?
That is the universal answer to everything.
As Leia... Hang on.
No,
Kurt Russell
he's Leia.
as Jack Burton as Leia.
As Leia.
He's already good at wearing lipstick.
Oh, wow.
But Captain Ron's a captain.
Just saying. Yeah, Kurt Russell's Jack Burton. That's
And he can wear the tank, too.
of course.
All right.
That was easy.
I know.
Jay's sweating a little bit.
No, I'm not. Drew,
Hi.
you can change the ending to one video game of all time.
Oh.
What would it be?
Mass Effect 3.
Wow.
Mass Effect
Now
3.
we're sweating a little bit.
Mass Effect 3 in a heartbeat. Ruined the series for me. I'm hyped for Andromeda, don't get me wrong, but the bitter taste in my mouth from the ending of Mass Effect is still one of the most horrible disappointments of my adult life.
Ouch.
Yes.
Wow.
So,
Alan feels like he wants to
I would-
piggyback. Alan, comment?
I'm trying to think of
No.
something worse, and every other game I've played had,
Don't have to agree.
endings of varying degrees, but Mass Effect 3 was, like, soul-crushing. So, yeah, Mass Effect 3. We're jettisoning basically the entire point when you spoilers for those who have not played the game. When Shepard wakes up on the battered and beaten Citadel, right there, we're going to jettison everything after that, and we're going to do it again the right way. With an actual boss battle of some kind, hopefully, and no Godchild, because that's really stupid, and a Deus Ex Machina is basically, I've written myself into a corner and I don't know what to do. Good job, buddy. No, we're throwing all that away, and we're going to write it properly. Thank
Do
you.
it slow.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Do it sexy.
Alan, did you have one you wanted to fire out there?
Disappointing him? No, I have to
Zach,
Get a
agree.
take on there.
No, I agree with Mass Effect 3. I played it too, and it was just like, really? We ended with that? So
But all the Force Awakens games.
What?
You never.
No.
you never
I played
them.
one of those.
Did you play them?
The first one I
Carl,
did.
you ever play?
There's games for this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're called The Force Awakens. You're basically the
What system were these on?
think it was
main
a-
ones?
Yeah.
Okay. The Force
It
Awakens
was a
game?
great.
We're
It was a
talking
great idea because
Like
you could
Lego Force Awakens?
No,
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 regular one.
Regular, like you were like a kind of Jedi, sort of. You
yeah.
had like all the Force powers and everything. You leveled up to like you could start shooting lightning and
Are you talking about the Force Unleashed?
I think he's talking about the Force Unleashed.
I got my names wrong.
Yes, you did.
Force Unleashed.
Because Drew and I are looking at each other like,
Nope.
there was a.
We fancy ourselves some kind of
We-
Star
you know,
Wars
we-
nerd
so
here.
We like,
I
to think,
made a mistake.
we like to think that we have our finger on the pulse of. I like the ending to the Force Awakens or the C9.
Oh,
Oh.
it's
the
it's,
Force
it's
Unleashed
spread.
games. Yeah,
I'm
I
a
like.
disease, Mr. Anderson.
I like. I liked in the first one you could choose light side or dark side. I like that it gave an origin story to the rebellion. I was okay with them. But you know what game I would choose changing? This is kind of obscure PS1 title.
Hey, it was my question.
Well, it's okay. I'm going to answer it anyway. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver.
I vaguely remember
yes.
that game.
Yeah. Great game.
Yeah.
Hit you with the to be continued ending.
Ooh.
I hate those. This-
And the the third one didn't come out for years.
You know, while we're on the
By the
subject,
time
that
it
wasn't
came out, I didn't care.
just because how often am I going to get a chance to talk about this? I for as great as a game as it is, and I still feel it's overrated, but it is great, but it's overrated. Final Fantasy VII's ending sucked.
Yeah.
Don't remember.
Well, that's a testament to it
Yes.
then.
Yeah.
No, I
Basically, nothing happens. Flash forward 300 years, and Lion running around, the
Yep.
Red
The pups.
13 running with kids, and
Yeah.
what happened to Cloud? Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Those
Square.
No, we got a proper ending to Final Fantasy VII. It was called Final Fantasy Advent Children.
Once you get into spin-off territory, I'm checked out.
Did you ever watch it?
No.
Dude.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty
Dude,
good.
it was legit good.
I'll think about it.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. You're exactly right.
Okay.
Very good.
Questions are out. Drew,
Hmm.
what do you think?
Well, Barney's film had heart.
I was thinking the same thing, but football in the groin
Uh-huh.
had a football in the groin. And that's
I have a
literally
football
what
in the
we're
car.
deciding between.
Just
That's
for,
literally what we're deciding between. Heart and football in the groin.
well,
That's been the entire thing. Alan asks poignant questions. Yes, we know. Jay sends dick jokes.
I mean,
Carl's straight facing, but he knows that's what it's been.
to be fair, Alan did try to commit gimmick infringement this week.
In front of me, no less.
Flagrant foul.
Well, it's just like,
Oh, man.
Marvel and Stan Lee,
That's
No,
good.
it's-
These are good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But I had to choose. We had to come up with TV show ideas.
that was pretty good, though.
We came up pretty. You're not helping your case.
Keep digging that hole, Alan.
For yourself, no less.
We came up with some pretty damn good TV show ideas. At least I
It's
did.
You had
almost-
to trademark one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually been done in this room before.
Yeah.
Dark Family Matters.
Oh, Dark Family Matters.
Before we declare a winner, a friend of mine actually went back and listened to that episode just on a whim.
Wow.
That a friend of mine that has never listened to our podcast before, somehow he found that one. He incessantly texted me all morning about it and thought it was the greatest thing he'd ever heard.
It's evergreen.
We were onto something.
We really were.
Do you remember the sister series I told you about that I came up for Dark Family Matters?
I want to say yes, but now I don't remember.
Dark Saved by the Bell.
Yes,
We did go through this. I remember
that
this.
could be fantastic.
Yes. When they're not in high school, they're on death row.
I'm so excited.
Oh my god!
I'm so scared.
What is the name of the? See, we could have done this on HBO. We could have done a new Oz with Marvel. But what was the? What's the one prison in Marvel?
The island,
Raft.
the raft.
The Raft.
Sorry, the raft. Yeah.
Do the raft Oz style.
Oh, who's getting a spoon in the butt?
Vulture.
All right. Well, based on my giggles here, I have to go with Jay. Controversial choice, maybe.
No,
I am steeped in controversy.
here's the thing. Jay's initial question was great. It was huge. Big, huge lead for him. Follow-up questions, they were good, but the fact that we just shot out the answers right away and didn't really have to think about it. See,
Well, I'm sorry. He hates Mass Effect 3, and you, sir, worship at the altar of Mr. Burton.
you might not
Poignant questions.
might not want to, be yelling at me when
I'm not
trying
yelling
to
at you.
Yell at him more. We're
I
gonna get
talk loud.
If you yell at him
There's
more,
150 episodes of a show before that I talk loud.
if you yell at him more, he'll pick Alan. Then you guys got to go to. We're going to OT. So just saying.
I told you where Silver Colossus was.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Alan. I got
No.
to Jay.
I agree.
The whole stealing the Murder Mary screw thing, that kind of hurts you.
And he's a teacher.
I know.
You are a teacher.
Why don't you just give him the Scantrons, Alan?
Scam.
There's no teacher's edition for this show, folks.
What about the dittos?
See. Anybody get that one? Summer school?
So, ladies and
Missed it.
gentlemen,
I never saw Mark Harmon, NCIS's
Yeah.
own Mark Harmon. You saw Summer
yeah, of course.
Chainsaw when he's trying to sit there and do the scan.
See.
We're not saying yes, Alan. By the
Oh,
way,
He's bilingual. Come on, man. You're confusing him.
I was like, oh,
And I don't know what-
Alan reverted back to Panamania.
And I don't know what you're talking about. So between the two of us,
I think this was a very hard-fought series.
hang on.
I'm gonna
Before,
shake Alan's
before
hand.
the
Yes.
cup, yes, I'm going to say before the cup is awarded, there's a handshake. There you go. Good series, boys.
That looked like the cover of the Spike Lee movie.
Okay.
So wait, during the presentation, you're presenting.
I love when Carl presents.
So you're the Gary Bettman here. Can we boo you?
Yeah, you know, go ahead. Feel free to boo.
Now, are we going to wait? Is this just like tournament 1 of 3? Because if it is, I'm not touching the Eastern Conference Finals trophy.
No.
This is it.
No, this is
Because back to if anybody remembers before, I used to have season tickets with Toronto FC. They finally went to the finals this year. Promptly lost at home. This is the first home game I've been to in 2 years, so it's my fault. Seattle, who they played from the West, didn't touch the trophy. Stupid Michael Bradley for Toronto FC grips it out of the freaking commissioner's hands and goes, "Yay!" And they lost. So you'd think a team in Canada would know this. Don't touch the only almost trophy.
Jay, nobody cares about soccer.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I know.
Ratings were up.
I know. I'm telling you, something I always say that people don't agree with me with 10 years. In 10 years, the most popular sport in this country is not going to be the NFL. It's going to be basketball and soccer.
Basketball's ratings are up
Yeah,
too.
basketball's up.
That being said,
Well, I'll be dead within 10 years.
Jay, I have a box
Dancing
for
on your
you,
grave.
sir.
We'll still do the We'll do a wrestling podcast from your grave.
Okay.
Jay, I have a box for you.
Ooh.
Here is your prize, sir. A box of special goodies, limited edition stuff, not available in stores.
I hope it's still newspaper clippings.
I hope it's Carl's in a box. That's my-
Oh.
Ooh. Welcome to the Collector Corps. Ooh, there's a T-shirt.
He actually got him prizes.
Actually got stuff. I just thought I was just getting a little Wolverine thingy. Well, this is awesome.
There's some comics in there. There's a T-shirt, some
See,
pins,
Oh, it's a Funko
some iron-on
Lady
patches.
Thor? Oh my lord! Hold on. Let's look at the shirt first. So it's a Funko style.
So, dear listeners,
Pop vinyl.
let it
Dear
be known
listeners of this
if
audio
you can
medium.
get into the series next year, which you can by sending email to the Devil's Due Podcast at gmail.com, you too can be in contention for these wonderful prizes next year.
So it's a Pop Vinyl Secret Wars shirt. New Secret Wars, not the old Secret Wars. We have Cap Falk. Since I've been a little bit out of the game, I'm assuming yes, that is Miles Morales Spider-Man. Which version of Iron Man is this? Female,
that
male?
would be Superior Iron Man.
He went to silver now with Superior.
Tony
He's not
Stark.
black and
Yeah,
gold now.
No.
He went. He switched.
he's not-
He's been through like 6 armor since then. Now he's dead. Spoilers.
I always liked the black and gold.
As a
And
Saints
he's
fan, you'd think I would, but
He's not. He's not dead. He's just. Kind of,
And we have Lady Thor.
He's comic dead.
mostly.
Yeah,
dead.
right, correct.
and Lady Thor, who's still alive.
She is.
That's good to know. I'm actually, given my wife's new financial position, I will be getting back into comic books now.
Hey, look at you.
Yay.
It's a bad time to be getting back in, but we'll help you find something.
I know to at least go back and get Saga. So
Yes,
I remember
yes.
what was good. This is a Marvel Core collection. As it's a Funko. It's Wolverine on a Funko.
Is he on a
Or it's
motorcycle?
Wolverine on a motorcycle as a motorcycle Funko. This is pretty badass, actually. You sure you want to give this away?
That is the prize, sir.
Oh, and there's and to get me back on the on the sauce.
I
There's
hope they're
comic
all
books in
Liefeld
here.
comics.
No. Oh wait, nope. This one doesn't have feet. There's a collect. Oh, there's a little comic. Who is Slapstick? He looks weird.
He's slept. You have to. You know what? You have to read it and find out.
Oh, he's a Marvel. Okay, I will have to read that. There's a Champions with. I do know
Champions
he's
is
dead.
actually a really good series.
It's a different X-Men, right? Like it's
No.
a group of.
No, it's like
Former
it's
X-Men?
like all the younger kids,
Oh, just
all the
kids.
younger heroes.
So like
It's really
Miles
good.
Morales. Oh, yeah. it was-
like Miles Morales, Spider-Man,
Hulkling?
Vision's daughter.
Hulk- is it
not
no,
Hulkling?
The other
but like
is
the
Swooshy
dude-
Hulk. right?
Asian Hulk.
Wiccan and Hulkling. Oh no! Oh, totally awesome Hulk.
Yeah.
No, Swishy Hulk. I remember that's
I
around the
don't
time
know.
I stopped reading books was when he showed up.
It's past Cyclops, like
Oh yeah, that's a thing still.
and
Look how excited I am
Yeah.
for that. Congratulations there,
Oh, there's
Jay.
buttons and all sorts of
iron-on
Is it the whole
patches.
Cantina band?
No.
Oh, it was Star Wars, and I'm actually getting as I've been texting you, I'm starting to delve into the extended universe of Star Wars. So,
Timely.
Good luck with that. Yeah,
I mean, now is as good a time as any, right?
sure.
I told him just get the Thrawn trilogy.
Well, it's not canon anymore, but it's still enjoyable.
I was also
Yeah.
told there was a Darth Bane, and I got really confused because I only know my Bane and
Batman and Robin.
Put the
form.
drink down, sir.
what?
I want to hear Bane.
Oh,
I would like a lesson in manners from Bane, at all possible.
Oh, baby.
Ooh, I remember Bane.
One does not come to a competition and use the other person's shtick. For hero-based defeat.
Hashtag Bane manners.
What?
Oh, man.
Hashtag Bane manners.
Oh, guys, this was a blast. This was a lot of fun.
Does this mean I have to go now?
No,
Thanks for
no,
being
we're,
thanks for being good sports.
we're sticking. We're keeping you guys around.
Alan
for the episode
lost with
discussion.
class.
That was fun.
I thought Alan was going to jump me or something. He was wearing the South Park High School shirt, so I could pin it on one of the kids.
Wait a second.
I just got hit by some guy with a South Park.
So, Woody Harrelson has added another merit badge to his sash of franchises, right next to his Hunger Games badge and his Planet of the Apes badge. He is adding a Star Wars badge.
Allegedly or for real?
No, it's as far as I know, it's confirmed casting that he's casting as a young Han Solo's mentor in the young Han Solo movie they're going to be making.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Sure.
that's news.
That's it.
Oh, they're bumping Archer to FXX.
Yep.
What's up with that?
I think more people watch FXX now anyway.
Well, it's mostly because of The Simpsons.
The Simpsons are on there, and I don't remember where FX is. I know where FXX is.
Yep.
691 on Pios. Because that's
also-
where all the Simpsons all the time is.
Also, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is on
Yep.
the funniest show on television.
Is that on FXX?
Yep.
Huh.
So what does FX have now?
Yeah, what do they do?
Besides Marvel movies,
What would you say you do here?
we're going to run Fantastic Four again.
Oh, God.
All day marathon. Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Ghost Rider.
Do they have-
Ghost Rider: Spirits of Vengeance?
Do they have the stones to run Fantastic for the newer one? The Josh Trank flushes career down the toilet one?
Oh God, I hope
Christ.
not.
No, that's still on HBO.
Did
unfortunately.
anybody see it?
No.
You did, because I know it's
Oh,
on
Carl
HBO
saw
now,
it.
Yeah.
and I use my parents' HBO Go account. How bad?
It's
Yes.
a dick punch to the soul.
Will I enjoy it on that level?
No, you know how like,
Wow.
you know how like you can enjoy Batman and Robin
Well,
on like a comedic level.
Yes.
Not even there with this. It's not even.
There's not even like ice puns to get us through.
No, it's,
yes.
Winterize your pipes,
Mr. Fantastic makes ice punch. Just because.
no, it's not.
I
even,
can stretch your budget,
It's,
and I'm done.
it's not even like a bad film that you can make fun of. It's just so gut-wrenchingly horrible. It's the worst superhero film ever made.
Whoa.
It is the worst superhero film ever made.
Like they don't even fight in an elevator. Bad.
There's a fight.
Superman 4.
Kinda?
Come on,
Wow.
Yeah.
not in an elevator.
It's
They did.
you know what like elevates Superman 3 and 4 above this film?
Christopher
Christopher
Reeves.
Reeve.
Yeah, that's what they Christopher Reeve.
Because even as bad as those films are, you're the whole time you're watching, you're like, Superman, why are you in this terrible film?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Can't you just like fly backwards and make this
Yeah.
better?
yeah.
Exactly.
Fly back in time and make a better movie.
So yeah, I'm telling you, if you want to suffer, go ahead and watch.
It's tempting.
Perhaps a commentary track is in order.
No.
Oh, come on.
It's that bad?
It's that bad.
Like, we can't even make it funny?
We watched The Trial of the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
But that was like
And that was funny.
that was one of those movies that you can. It's so bad it's funny. This is just.
All right, I'll trust you.
So is it just like going to a funeral kind of funny? As in not?
I'm trying.
Like, I remember, like, not for nothing. I went to my...
I'm glad you clarified.
Now, let it be said, my one grandmother, she was ailing for a long time. The wake was almost like, you know, everybody was just having a good time because we're like, okay, it was kind of almost a relief. Like, she was
Yeah.
finally dead. I mean, like, she was in so much pain. She had dementia.
oh.
She was like...
Again, I'm glad you clarified.
No, I didn't hit her with a car. I mean...
Wow.
No, this is like funeral for someone who passed very unexpectedly and that you were close to.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh, God.
Just no.
All right.
Ugh, geez.
Well, on that note,
Let's get to something that we enjoy.
mostly.
Well, Marvel is teasing something out. Just
Oh,
saw
Ellen.
this.
Oh,
Alan doing research.
Alan's like on
Instead
the
of paying
web
attention.
right now saying this is happening. What do
Yeah.
we
What
got?
happened? What'd they do?
So Marvel has released a mysterious new teaser of Captain America called Secret Empire.
Oh, it's probably his whole Hydra thing.
Yep.
I don't like that.
They did release a teaser today of a new Spider-Man cartoon. Which
Saw that
I saw
too.
that too.
I
yeah.
can only assume will be based on the
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Upcoming movie.
cinematic universe Spider-Man.
That's what it looks like to me.
Ugh,
I'm okay with that.
All right.
I don't know.
Get over it, man. He's going to be a teenager
You-
forever.
Oh, really? This coming from the guy who like never tries anything new.
I try lots of new stuff.
You try new stuff of what you have already liked.
That's not true at all.
Like a new Zelda game, yeah, you'll try that.
Yeah.
But, you know, God forbid you venture out into a different. Yeah, shut up. I want my post high school, late 20s, early 30s Spider-Man.
Tom
Shut
Holland
up.
will get there. Give it time.
I
I mean, you'll be 50, but it'll happen.
Shut up. All right, let's get to some paper rustling, some episode breakdown. You guys can see the paper rustled live action. Jay
how it
doesn't
happens.
care.
Yeah.
This is sexy.
Okay. Episode 9 of Luke Cage. The episode is entitled, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to pronounce this or I'm just supposed to say DWYCK. I'm White Alan. What's
I was going to say, was this a
Explain.
word we needed Alan to say?
like was this a word or just like a it's DWYCK. I think it's a like all the episodes are
Yeah.
titled after hip hop songs.
I'm going to
Rap
guess this is
songs
one
or
as
whatnot.
well. I don't
All
know
right.
what it is, though.
My knowledge is limited on this.
Mine is very
I
limited.
believe you're correct. I mean,
Woohoo!
Points, Carl.
yes.
I guess.
Sure. All right.
This episode is long.
yes,
Like
It's-
10 to 15 minutes longer than any episode yet.
and it really didn't need to be.
No.
You know what I would almost say about this episode? This episode could have completely done without Luke Cage.
Yes.
If you take all the Luke Cage parts out of this episode, just focus on like what's
Misty.
going on with Misty and Diamondback, who I think is a lot better in this episode than he has been in previous episodes, because he's not as comic booky. He's
Oh,
more
he
just
is.
straight up villain. If you take like all the Luke Cage parts out and just kind of put them in the next episode, I think this episode gets a lot better.
I would agree. And you know what? Now, upon reflection, that might solve some of the notorious pacing issues that we are running into in this stretch of the season.
Yeah, because, we've discussed it previously leading up to this point, is that, like we said in our last episode, this is season 1, part 2.
Right.
Season 1, part 1, we loved very much, predominantly because of Cottonmouth, and how great of a character he was. And having him killed off very unexpectedly, you could see there was a definitive pivot,
Yeah.
hard pivot
Yep.
on the show from Diamondback to Mariah, who again, still the second time through, she's still like my favorite character in the show, and Diamondback, and a little bit of Shades. But yeah, this episode, when those characters are on the screen, I'm okay with this episode. When Luke is on the screen, I don't know if it's because I know like this is going to take a while.
He's going to be okay, so it just feels like a waste of time.
Yeah.
So that and the Doctor character has one of those Philip Seymour Hoffman-esque faces where he just kind of looks dirty all the time. And I don't like it. He's uncomfortable to look at, this man. Like, how are you an actor getting paid? Because I don't want to look at you.
Have you seen Steve Buscemi?
Well,
You gotta look interesting for the camera.
He's got teeth.
There's
that go at all
interesting.
angles.
There's interesting, and then there's just like, oh, you hideous chud. Like, this gentleman falls into the latter category. I get all that. On the flip side, the Misty story they're telling in this episode. So she's like in that interrogation room, and she's getting psychoanalyzed because she put hands on Claire.
Yeah.
Now look, nobody put hands on Claire. I'll fight you.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
No.
Nobody puts night nurse in the corner.
That's right. And we get some Misty backstory, how her cousin was kidnapped and killed.
It's
and
interesting backstory.
Right. We get some heavy duty stuff, and not for nothing, if I may, keeping in with the social justice trend of the show, which is loosely there.
Yeah.
We get a little more than just race social justice.
Yeah.
We get some feminism going on with Misty.
Not only that, she goes into the double standards between female cops and male cops.
That's my.
But
right.
not only that, towards the end of the episode, we get a fantastic description of what a lot of people may consider the modern police officer's mentality to be. We run towards bullets. When we're, upset, we drink. When we're angry, we screw. It's... And people hate us until they need us.
Right.
I thought it was a really good, way of the show, even though it's dealing with a lot of racial issues, acknowledging that there are those issues there with the police as well on a deep emotional level.
Yes, I appreciate all that, but I have to say, this whole Misty subplot is stupid. Because
I wouldn't say it's stupid.
Here's why. I like all the Misty character work, and I like all the stuff you just said about what it's portraying. But her being her job being on the line over
That's a little much, yeah.
pushing Claire around.
Yeah.
We've seen cops in these Marvel shows be on the take and do terrible things, and they walk away scot free. But poor Misty. Oh no! You're going down for touching. Again, to be fair, you touch Rosario Dawson, you're stepping in some deep water. But
one way or another. I've seen Alexander.
Hey now, family show.
I
didn't say what
not
it
a
was.
family movie.
Just saying, it's a good movie.
I think the build-up...
Parts. Certain parts.
I think the build-up of Misty Knight in this particular episode isn't so much for this series as it is for Iron Fist and Defenders.
I was thinking about that. Yeah, they're definitely laying a lot of groundwork for Misty, which is good because she's a great character and the actress does a great job with her. And but again, the little subplot could just be I'm in the context of what we're the show and the story. It's what are you banging this girl for? Why do you got to harp on her? Whatever.
What would you gentlemen think of this episode?
It was like I say, it was longer than it should be. And I understand, the whole Misty story. And there's a couple of parts I felt that, that was, like you said, was unnecessary. I agree with the Luke Cage part too. I just think if it was just focused more on, well, I wouldn't say too much Misty, but focus more on, with the story without Luke Cage, I think would have been a lot better. But like I said, I think this was the longer of the episodes, and we're finally getting to see Diamondback becoming a real villain. Well, maybe
the amount of scenery that has bite marks all over it.
Yeah,
but
I don't like Diamondback, man. I'm sorry.
I like him.
I don't like him.
He's not like Cottonmouth, because I really like Cottonmouth, especially the first couple episodes. He was really good.
He's great.
I don't want to go off just, because you guys are talking about the episode, but it feels like this is two different shows.
That's how I felt about it,
that's
too.
Yeah.
what we kind of, like we said.
Cottonmouth dies, and we get, I'm Diamondback.
Yep.
Accurate.
Yeah, pretty much.
The show gets...
Imagine a world without Luke Cage.
Yeah.
After Cottonmouth dies...
Could just use Jamie Foxx.
After
Not like
after Cottonmouth dies, the show becomes a lot more comic booky.
Right.
Which feels kind of not in the realm of what we've been doing since season 1 of The Devil Who Gets Dared on occasion.
I kind of agree. Like, the Luke Cage, the show, had a feel and a context, and then after Cottonmouth dies, it, like, totally changes. And I'm wondering, like, well...
Like
if
cleaning
you-
up Harlem and
Yeah.
Judas bullets. And
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Mama's
guys-
ringing the dinner bell.
But like Carl has pointed out before, you had a tactical mental threat to Luke. Now you've got a physical, a more physical
can't-
threat, and I get that. But
You can't
again,
do this entire season without Luke being physically challenged at some point.
Right.
Or a physical challenge from Double Dare.
Dare, double dare. See, it all ties in.
it all does.
So,
Luke does the Sunday slide.
yeah.
I actually ran the obstacle course once.
What?
Do you remember?
Stop
Okay.
the show.
Yeah,
What?
wait. All right.
Go
So,
on.
do you remember anybody? They had Double Dare at the Galleria, like around the time it first opened
I remember
up.
Yes.
they toured. There was like a Double
Yes.
Dare tour that was touring malls.
Back when you had the Warner Brothers waterfall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody thought the line was much shorter than it really was and skipped on accident, and before they could pull me out, gone.
Good
And
job,
it was
Jay.
awesome. I went through that. My one thing that I'll remember from that is that you remember the two squishy, like, rolly things?
Yes.
Yes.
I went through it.
Did you get all messy?
No, they didn't have mess because,
Oh.
I mean, it wasn't like full on.
Yeah, you
know.
probably can't do something like that at a mall because
Fair enough. I got to when the EGM Super Tour came at the gallery. I worked it. I got paid $100 for the weekend to play video games and show people where video games were. It was
Nice.
awesome. Anyway, you were saying, Carl. Sorry,
I'm sorry.
Double Dare takes precedence.
I can't remember what I was saying. Do you guys remember what I was saying?
No, I don't.
I think it was poignant too, so I'm
No,
really
we're talking
sorry.
about how Diamondback was the more physical,
physical
adversary.
threat.
Yeah, well, the bullets themselves are the physical obstacle that we kind of needed for Luke. Like,
Could
it's
we
just-
have done those without Looney Tunes Diamondback?
Thank you. That's kind of what I mean. It's a viable. You even tied it in with Hammer Industries. You did a nice
Yeah.
little cinematic.
Yeah, this series has tied in more to the cinematic universe than Daredevil or Jessica Jones ever did.
Yeah, they flirted.
We got,
Daredevil
we
kind of
got
went
3
all.
for 20
sorry.
DVDs of.
Yeah, Luke kind of like went all in.
yeah.
Not all in, but more in than Daredevil dared. Ah.
Did Jessica Jones even flirt with that?
There was
really.
that brief sort of like C storyline where the couple hired her to find someone, but it turns out they were just setting her up to try and kill her because like they lost someone in the incident.
Yeah.
She was like-
Oh,
She was like, take it up with the flag waver, or the big green guy, or something like that. So I like, again, Mariah in this episode.
Yeah.
We could see the damage that's been done by her actions, but she's being very careful only to express that in moments of solitude.
Yeah, when she's kind of like dropping guilt and talking to Cottonmouth's corpse and
Yeah.
all that. That was some heavy stuff.
I like her exchange with Diamondback at the end when she's setting up, okay, these superheroes are becoming a problem. We can be the ones who are giving the tools to take them out to the police.
Yeah.
So-
Question about that. So she's got a plan, which Diamondback didn't foresee, which is smart on her part. But her plan basically says we will make Luke Cage look dangerous and evil or whatever. Because
Yeah.
bad. By the way, bad call, Luke, assaulting the cops.
Yeah.
Bad move.
Yeah.
Maybe your only move, but not good. So Mariah proposes that we're gonna push the issue to make these guys look dangerous, and then we, the bad guys will sell the cops the bullets to take these guys out. Okay,
In 5 years, Cottonmouth's family will be legit.
there's a lot of
Move to Vegas.
There's a lot of good Godfather stuff in this episode, actually, which I will talk about in a second. But under what legitimate enterprise is Mariah selling Judas bullets to the police, especially when we established what these things cost? Remember when Shades told Cottonmouth what one bullet cost?
For a bullet?
Right. But now we're just, give them to the cops.
Yeah,
What precinct can afford this? This isn't OCP, buddy. This is the city of New York.
the real
40 million in
world.
Judas bullets.
Who cares if they work or not?
I think,
I really wish Luke Cage caught one with his teeth.
Ooh.
yeah, that would have been cool. I think
Catches
that
bullets with his teeth.
Bruce Leroy.
Luke Cage Roy?
And
I-
I just had an idea for a movie.
There you go.
I think that
Am I being too hard on...
I don't think so, because I don't necessarily. I see where you're coming from, but I don't think that Diamondback's schemes were that grand. I think he was kind of more or less content with owning Harlem and getting rid of Luke, and then Mariah kind of opens up his eyes to this whole new level of possibility, and
I guess, but then he kills all those people to sow chaos in the mob community so that he can garner more power. So he has some aspiration to grow beyond
but
Harlem.
again, it's just in the community. 'Cause
Sure.
Remember, they established early in the episode that these are just the local guys, the local
New
Harlem
York.
families.
No, they're beyond Harlem.
I don't think they really established that.
I think they did.
All right, well, yeah.
Maybe not. I might have misread it. But either way, once he shows up on screen, though, it's just a different show.
I agree that it is, especially last episode. I was not crazy about him last episode. This episode, because he was toned down a bit, I liked him more.
A bit, but he's still a little over the
No,
top.
I mean,
for me.
the points are still valid. I'm saying it's not as bad as it was last episode.
Okay, fair enough. I guess how about this? Let's rewrite history a little bit. Had they not killed Cottonmouth, could we just make Diamondback a hired gun for Cottonmouth?
I think you can still keep Diamondback in the position that he's in, but save him for season 2.
Okay.
Or hint at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still missing Cottonmouth.
So you guys feel that they rushed Diamondback in there?
The first time I watched the show, yes. Second time around now to review it for the podcast, no, because they do mention him more than I remember initially.
He gets a build up.
Yeah. So, what else happens in this episode?
I've got a note here.
Yeah.
Do you notice the pace? Like, we talked about how we could kind of remove the Luke Cage stuff and it's a better episode.
Mm-hmm.
Do you notice the pace suffers when they leave Harlem?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I think-
for instance, when they go to Georgia,
Yeah.
maybe it's because what happens out there isn't that exciting. It's like
Well, yeah.
Luke's bleeding out.
We got deep frying.
Let's deep fry him in the turkey bath or whatever it is, and that's all fine.
Jay's laughing, but I was thinking about it when I watched this
Fried
episode.
Cage.
I'm like, so you're saying the only way to cure this black man
Oh,
is to
I
treat
wasn't
him
thinking
like
that.
fried chicken?
I wasn't going there, but
For all the good this show was doing for race relations. Jeez.
flushed. Hey, don't blame us. Blame Netflix. They wrote it.
I don't think Jay was saying for all the good we're doing for race
This
relations.
was bad, Drew.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean, look, if that's again, I know he's going to be okay. So all of that to me is just false. It's
Yeah, and the thing is, like, they say that the condition, the experiment was the heat. Why's it got to be acid then?
Real acid?
I don't know. Boiling acid.
Yeah,
The gloves, they do nothing.
Yeah.
the goggles, they do nothing.
I just wish they were driving. She's just like, it's going to be okay. Say the word.
That would have been exciting.
I'm dying, Claire.
Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm scared.
We do get a little bit of background, though, ever so briefly on Reva. Luke subtly starts to find out that she was kind of in on things more than he ever knew.
Yeah, and then we also learn what the original experiment at Seagate was for.
Yeah, they were
It
trying to
was
make
actually
skin.
replaceable skin.
Yeah, based on abalone shells. How do you like that?
Science.
Science and stuff. And I also have to knock the show's writing for having, scientist man. He just happens to have the secret lab in his garage.
Not in his garage, in his,
In his barn. Yeah. And it's and he's got because it has to look good on TV, he's got the plastic sheets over everything. Because of course he does. He took the trouble to set all that stuff up again and then said, "You know what? I'm going to put plastic sheets over all of it."
It's like an old Italian couch.
Yes, I can attest to
I
that.
know.
Yeah, all the Luke Cage stuff was kind of like, it's just padding. It's padding things out. And this episode didn't need to be padded, which is frustrating.
Well, it didn't. No, this episode is. I mean, it's got good parts, but it's the first kind of stumble in the series when the pacing issues become very evident and the series kind of takes a turn not where you want it to go necessarily.
Looking through my notes, just trying to find anything else that might be pertinent to the episode. I have a question. When they took Luke's blood sample from that syringe that they stuck in his throat,
Yeah.
did they bother to sterilize that thing? She just took it. She took it off the dusty shelf from under the plastic wrapping.
Well, I mean, it's Luke, so
Luke is bulletproof, but he can get a cold.
I got the sniffles, Claire.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Seems a
think
little dicey.
That's a little nitpicky. I think we have
Well, this is where we are now.
the
So, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot more.
sterilization is not the issue here, dude.
And the band was the band on stage. and
Delphonics.
they were yeah,
They were interesting.
they were okay. A little old.
Having
No offense to old guys.
No,
Was
no.
was it the one that was really grooving out too? Like he was doing the full set by himself.
No,
like,
that
really-
was the Hail to the Chief guy.
Yeah, no. This one,
Long live the Chief. Sorry,
Yeah.
let me get it right.
This one, when I'd heard the song on the soundtrack, 'cause this one is on the soundtrack, I was like, that's an interesting female vocalist.
Nope.
Nope.
Old man.
Oh yeah, that was
Just
confusing.
like, oh, that's what that is.
I think my wife went, "Is that a guy?"
It's a good song.
It's fine.
It's you just kind of thrown.
It's you're thrown, and then they have their little stage moves where they're shimmying. The
Well, I
three
think
three gentlemen shimmying.
No, I have no problem with that. I think that's part of what they're trying to portray with Harlem Paradise, and I think they pull it off pretty successfully.
So I think what you're saying is the Long Cold Dark needs to get coordinated and do some shimmying.
Yes.
B,
Okay, no, it was the band I was thinking about. They were doing a little dance number,
Yes.
and
Yes, it
spinning
was.
around, and
B
Yeah.
Dazzler.
B sharps.
These are both good answers.
Yeah,
These are
sure
both good
is, Lou.
answers.
Get the tear gas.
Cover baby on board.
Wow,
Oh.
that's a good idea. Actually,
Hey, how's the G.I. Joe cover coming along?
it's not.
Damn it, Drew!
I could have told you about the week, but we decided not to do that. So I could have relayed my laziness. But no,
Well, how long are we going right now?
we're in the ballpark. We're
So if he
okay.
gets to do the voiceover, can Alan yell Cobra?
I can do that.
Can you yell that loud? I don't know. I was going to
Then
do that.
Jay's got to do the Yo Joe.
Can you do a
Actually-
Duke voice?
Actually, you have to have Jay do a Yo Joe, and then each member of the Long Cold Dark do a Yo Joe.
They don't
there-
sing. I sing.
No, I'm not singing, but there's a point in the song where they just a whole bunch of different Joes shout Yo Joe. They're not singing it. You
I know
should
what I said.
this.
That's Drew's. I'm the leader of the Wonders.
The Oneaters.
That's correct.
So, okay, well,
I'm. What was his name? Jimmy.
Jimmy.
I'm Jimmy.
I
Well, there's four of us, so who's who right now? If you're Jimmy,
I'm Shades.
You're
Shades, see it plays into the show. Shades.
You're the bass player for sure. I'm sorry.
Steve Zahn?
No,
Which
correction.
one? Giovanni Ribisi or
no,
Steve Zahn?
You're not the bass player. You're Steve Zahn.
Steve Zahn was the bass player.
No,
Wolfman was the bass player because
not
Ethan
not
Embry.
Wolfman.
Ethan Embry.
Who was the one? Who was the goofball? The other guitar player.
Steve Zahn.
Steve Zahn was the, okay. No,
Yeah.
it's Steve Zahn was the other guitarist. Ethan Embry was the bass player.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're
Yes.
Steve Zahn.
Okay,
Well,
You got the whole
Alan-
Shrimp Shack shooter thing going on.
Captain Geach.
Well, Alan, that makes you live Tyler.
He gets to go to Disney World.
I was about to say, yeah.
So is that McCarl
Join the
Shades?
Marines.
So you two get married.
All right,
I could do worse.
This all works.
I could
This
do
all
worse.
works. This all
So
works.
okay, I'll let you make the call.
No, I'm good. I'm good. We'll talk about it next week.
Okay, all right. I was gonna let you do it this week. That's all right.
No.
Okay.
How was your week, Drew?
felt
We will not break format here, sir.
I didn't think
Let us stand on ceremony here.
I didn't think you would have a problem with me giving Wrestle Kingdom its devil's due. More or less.
Wrestle Kingdom deserves its devil's due, and all you out there should. If you don't have access, well, it's going to be. They're going to be airing
the
it.
match is on YouTube now.
The entire
illegally,
show,
yes.
I believe, is on YouTube.
Yeah.
I found 5 hours and 50 minutes.
It will be legally on television in a 13th, 14th.
Every week starting next Friday
On
It's
AXS TV.
JR, and because they do old shows with Jim Ross,
and Josh Barnett. Yep.
and they go over old shows. But now, since they're trying to push into the market more, they're like, well, let's edit real quick the show and get JR and Barnett doing it.
So you're going to have that coming up on American television, so watch that if you can. Otherwise, it's New Japan World subscription, as that Jay has.
999 yen a month.
There you go. It's like $10 a month, roughly.
No, it's actually
That's 46 cents
something.
American.
Eight
But the problem with your
something.
the problem is your card will also bill you for a foreign transaction. So it does actually usually wind up about $9.99.
Okay, there you go.
It's all in Japanese.
well-
Google Chrome can only do so much.
Well,
Some of the translations are hilarious, by the way.
either way, if you have the means to watch Wrestle Kingdom 11, specifically the main event, do so.
And if you have the means, you can find us at social media locations.
Jay, look at that segue.
Wow.
Jay, why don't you tell the nice people? where
Wow! This is
By
a
all
huge breach
means.
of protocol.
Well, I would love to give the Devils their due by going to @DevilsDuePod on Twitter. You can also find these fine gentlemen at Facebook.com/DevilsDuePod. Send them an email, and you may also win a Pop Funko somehow by going to thedevilsdupod@gmail.com and
is that all it was? I thought I had...
thedevilsdupod@gmail.com.
Okay.
So is it? I'm not going to undo the typing.
Keep me on
getting
your
all
toes
wacky.
over there, rookie.
Oh, okay.
On this show.
Oh my God, Carl wrote down news of the week. Noticias de la semana.
Our listeners, Carl, have no idea what's going on right now.
Not a clue. But while you're clueless, you can also go to thedevilsdupodcast.com for all your Devils Do podcasting needs.
All right.
There you go.
Did you type news of the week to remind me to say that?
No, that's-
because I've been waiting to say it the entire show.
Like this is
Just waiting 2 years to say that.
this is the notepad I keep open for whenever I come
blank.
across. Nothing's happening, man.
Lionel Hutz.
No new stuff has come to
Podcaster.
light.
2 popsicles in this birdcage.
So, dear listeners, just in case you're curious, as so many references have been made to it on this show, where can they find if they would like to delve into the past?
If you're of a certain age and
And we are of that age.
and you don't have virgin ears, you can check out Jay and my and Jay's old podcast, Omni Comics Podcast, at omnicomicspodcast.com. Also on iTunes. We did like
150.
150-ish episodes, and dare I say, still good, still holds up. So go back and it's
Still old, still good, still good.
still good.
Personal favorite, and you can't listen to it as the first one. You have to kind of get a feel for the show.
Yeah, there's a format.
Oh, you got to feel this one out.
Personal favorite is the episode where Drew watched G.I. Joe.
Oh, yeah.
At your house?
No, this was when he first saw the movie.
Oh,
Yes.
Snake Eyes has lips.
Oh, yeah.
And if you want to hear it, the best one is at Carl's house, who hosted one of the first
The movie nights.
The first movie night.
Yes.
It was RoboCop, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was
was followed by Drew's systematic destruction with a mace of Rise of Cobra.
A sword.
Was it? No, I thought
It
it
was
mace.
both.
Oh, it was the mace
Yeah.
did the initial damage, and then we stabbed it.
Yep.
Drew
Yep.
stabbed it.
That was so satisfying.
Do you still have the pieces?
I do
somewhere?
actually. I kept them. They're a trophy.
Oh God, guys, thank you so much for coming on the show. This has been great.
Oh,
This
thank
will
you,
definitely
sir.
not be your last appearances.
No.
I was willing to come in here and lose. I was just happy to be on the show. Still keeping the Funko, Alan.
I say, give the prize to Alan then.
So, folks, thank you for joining us. It's great to be back in 2017.
We made it.
We made it.
we made it.
We're here. We're here just in time to watch the whole thing burn.
Now go and read some.
No.
Wait, wrong show.
Yeah.
Go and watch Luke Cage.
Yeah, go watch some Luke Cage. Catch up with us, and we will see you next week. But for now, court's adjourned.